Morning everybody, welcome back to another episode of CYT-Crypto. My name is Stephen Aitchison and today we're going over the markets, just be looking at what's happening in the markets overall, what's happening to Bitcoin, asking is Bitcoin going to go up to $10,000 by December? Yes, I think it could, and I'll tell you why as well. And it's nothing to do with the ETFs. I think they're less important than BACT, which is coming out in November. So we'll be looking at BACT, what BACT is, kind of a wee bit as well, and we'll be going over some news stories and some of the stocks, some of the crypto projects that you like as well. That's because I was looking at stock markets there just now as well. Okay, I'll just see if we're live or not. Kind of funny colouring on this just now. It's a bit weird, it's a bit yellow. I don't know what's going on there. Okay, we'll just check anyway, see if we're live or not. We are live. We've got a few people coming in just now. So if you like these videos, remember, go down to the like button just now and just like these videos and crush the likes. Yeah, so crush the likes everybody, and kind of subscribe and hit the kind of notification bell as well. That'll be fantastic. And I'm just going to jump over to the chat area just now, see who's in the house. At Verhagen's in the house, welcome to you. Gareth Basage is in. George Charles, Shai Tuya. I'm in love with crypto. Excellent. Good to see you here. Don't think I've seen you here before, so good to see you here. Aloysius de Klerk is in. Good morning. So glad I managed to catch you live today. Excellent. Good to have you here, buddy. Benjamin K is in. Dean is in house. Martin and Sonia. MLBMK3. Good morning from California. California. Just past midnight there. Crypto Dread is in the house as well. Bruce Rudling, Stephen SS, David Schwartz, Gavin Mearns, Donny Don Matthew, and Kig is in the house as well. Good to see you here. Benjamin K, anyone getting audio delay? Could be just me. Right, okay, hopefully there's not any problems. I'll just check just now. Alright, so I'm just going to check this just now, just to make sure everything's okay with the audio, etc. Just now. Alright, so I'm just going to check this just. No delay. Okay, so it must be anyone getting audio. Good morning all. Love this hate relationship with G'day mate. No delay, Gavin Mearns. Okay, Keg, thank you very much for the donation, mate. Really appreciate it. $5. Thank you very much. David Schwartz, sounds good on my end. Hi there. Fine, my end, mate. Gavin Mearns. Brilliant. Okay, I'll just continue as is. Okay, so look at the markets overall. What's been happening in the markets? We are up to $203 billion, overall market capitalization 0.79%, Bitcoin dominance up slightly to 53.64. What we'll do, we'll just look at the alts market just now, 7 days. It's kind of went up slightly to 94 billion from 90, so it's kind of up about 5% for the alts market. And obviously Bitcoin has kind of gone up as well, with the Bitcoin market as well, 198 billion up to 203 as well, about 2.5% ish overall. And who are the winners and losers? We have Loom Network up 20%, Futura Coin, 0x, CryptoNex, Elastos, Decentraland, Basic Attention Token, Eternal Token, Nebulas, Next, Funfair, all up, not near close to double digits. So how many is in the green and in the red? We've got about 60% in the green in the top 100. We'll just go to the next 100 and look at that. Request Network up 30%. Bosscoin up 30%. Somebody mentioned that the other day. Ravencoin, Aston Metal, BHP Cash, Moda Loyalty Points, Apollo Currency, all in double digits. And Helpico as well is up in double digits as well, which is good. So we'll just have the market overview. So this is the top 10 gainers overall in the top 200. And we've just kind of looked at them. Top losers, Clubcoin down 20%, Odem, Hypercash, StoreJ, NoahCoin, Ender Protocol, Bytecoin, Mithril, Nexo and Moac is down as well. That's the top 10 losers over the last 24 hours in the top 200 as well. Okay, Bitcoin. We'll just have a wee look at the charts here. So why do I think it could go up to $10,000? I actually thought initially, a couple of months ago, I thought, okay, we're going up to $20,000, $30,000 by the end of December this year. Not looking likely just now for that to happen. However, having said that, ever the optimist, I still think we could go up to kind of $10,000 by December. So we're still in this kind of descending triangle here. We're still in this descending kind of wedge here. We're still adhering to that at the minute. So that kind of is going to end around about the middle of November. So we either have to kind of break out or break down from here to get a true direction of what is actually going to happen with the Bitcoin price. Is that kind of straight? Yeah, that's about straight. So hopefully you can see that okay. So this support line is around about the 5,800 level, and that's been, over the past few months, that's been a support that's kind of been steady. Same as $6,000 actually. $6,000 has been steady as well. Now, with BACT coming out, a lot of people are talking about the ETFs on the 26th of October. I think this is less important than BACT coming out as well. So BACT is backed, obviously, it's from the Intercontinental Exchange Group, and they own the kind of New York Stock Exchange and 11 other kind of indices around the world, or exchanges around the world, and futures exchanges as well. And it makes it one of the biggest companies out there with exchanges and the amount of capital they've got behind them as well. So they're forming a new company backed with kind of likes of Starbucks, Microsoft as well. But the difference is, a lot of people think it's just futures trading, but it's not. It's physically backed futures trading. That's the big difference in it as well. It's physically backed. So it means for institutional investors coming in, if they buy 10 Bitcoin worth at say $60,000 or $63,000, 280, then they're actually going to get Bitcoin. So they take Bitcoin out of the market and they kind of store it for them as well. That's the big difference. And with futures, that's not the case. That doesn't happen. So with BACT, this is what makes a big difference, and this is what could turn it around big time for crypto. And it just happens to kind of coincide with this descending triangle. When it's going to come out, this kind of descending triangle ends around about the 19th of November-ish, round about that-ish. We could kind of change that by a couple of days on either side. But I think we might see a breakout here at some point, and to coincide with the BACT exchange coming online as well. So I think that could make a huge difference to the crypto world, and I think it's going to help what's happening just now, because obviously over the past 10 months it's just been Bitcoin's down again, markets are down again, big crashes down again. So I thought I'll do a positive video, because we see when I kind of noticed my subscriber channel, if we go to the subscriber channel just now, I'll just look on it at the moment, and we'll just look on. So this is everybody I'm kind of subscribed to. If we go to subscriptions, a lot of them say, we're talking about the stock market crash, they're talking about Bitcoin crash, everybody's kind of talking about a crash, big crypto crash, Bitcoin got wrecked as well, all these kind of headlines. And it's not FUD, it's just true. It's Bitcoin did crash, went down $300, Superman there, crypto market in chaos, what now? Bitcoin crash from Crypto or Us. Crypto Bitcoin Chris, always positive as well. Love his kind of videos, definitely check him out. He's got what caused crash, below 6k BTC. So I'm of the opinion that we are going to go up. We're going to go up. Ever the optimist, I know. I don't think we're going to go below $5,800 before the end of the year. I don't think that is going to happen. I think we're going to see a jump. I'm just going to turn this Telegram off. It's just gone mental just now. I don't think it's going to go below $5,800. A lot of people are saying it is. This is a time that it's going to go down. I don't think so. But what do I know? I'm not in the know. I'm not on the inside or anything. It's just kind of looking at the charts and to coincide with BACT coming out as well. So what is BACT? So this is from CoinIQ, and it says BACT to the moon. What BACT really means for cryptocurrency. So I'll post a link to this article as well. It's a really good article for you. So most people have no idea what role Atlanta-based ICE plays, or ICE plays, in the American financial system. The quick answer: ICE owns the world's largest stock market, the New York Stock Exchange. The longer answer is that ICE brought 21st century innovation to an industry still transitioning into the digital age. Besides the New York Stock Exchange, ICE owns another 11 equities and futures exchanges around the world, ranking ICE among the world's dominant financial companies. So ICE's derivatives exchanges host almost half of the world's traded crude and refined oil futures contract. On the equity side, IPOs on ICE exchanges raise more corporate capital than any other exchange. That's how big the Intercontinental Exchange is, and obviously they're bringing out the new product backed as well. So they're saying here the excitement is real. So it's going to be backed, it's going to be efficient, it's going to be seamless, and it's going to be secure. So it's going to be physically backed as well. That's one of the big differences as well here. So we'll have to remember that it's going to be physically backed by Bitcoin. So you can store kind of Bitcoin, so the institutional investors will be able to store it securely. It's going to be regulated as well. This is why backed is such a big deal, and not a lot of people are talking about it just now. And it's going to be an absolute huge deal for the crypto space. So we have to remember that, how big backed is going to be and how big the Intercontinental Exchange is as well. So this is a kind of relatively long article, but I think backed is just going to be a game changer for crypto. I think this is a big thing for crypto, and we'll have to wait and see kind of what date is actually going to be coming out. I don't actually have a date for it yet, but I think it could be absolutely massive for crypto as well, and I think it's what is going to drive the market up. And Bitcoin in particular, I think it's going to drive the Bitcoin price up to $10,000 by the end of December. Obviously with coinciding with other things coming in as well. And crypto, I just think we're going to go up. We're going to reach and break out from this descending triangle that we've been in for months and months now. This is since March, but we go back even further back than that. Obviously we could extend that kind of to way up here just now if we really wanted to. And kind of, it's just been a big, huge kind of decline since January, obviously. I'll just bring that back down to the original here. So it's been adhering to this for the last 6 months or so. You can see it's kind of hitting this resistance line, hitting it, going down, hitting it, going down, and this is the support line here. It's been kind of bouncing off that support line, or round about that area at 5,800, but really 6,000 as well if we kind of draw a line here. Round about kind of 6,000 as well, kind of been bouncing off that. So 6,200 is a support line, 6,000 is a support line, and 5,800 is the big support line. And if we're to break down below 5,800, then it's not going to be pretty if that happens. It's not going to be a good thing if that happens. So I'm thinking this is going to break out eventually from this descending triangle, and we're going to break up, and this is going to be the start of the bull run. When that's going to happen, who knows? Who knows? So I'd like to get your thoughts on that as well. Gareth Passage, doubled my trading yesterday. Excellent. Crypto Don Juan is in the house. Good morning to you. Donny Don Matthew, NSDQ up 1.5%, and that's reflecting the crypto market as well. Phew. Until the crypto market matures, we have reluctant big investors into the space. That's true, and that's why I think backed is going to make a difference, because it is for the institutional investors, and what they're looking for is security, obviously as well. That's a big thing with them. So that is a huge thing for the institutional investors to be on. So if they can go in and say, okay, I want to buy 100 Bitcoin, and they buy it and it's physically backed and it's stored securely as well, and it's regulated and it's kind of insured as well, that's going to be the big game changer. That is the big game changer when we think about it. So that is what backed is going to do when it comes online, and they've got people queuing up already waiting to use the backed exchange. So I just think it's going to be a huge game changer, and I don't think we realise how big it could actually be. Jake Crypto, check CPolo, new project in their McAfee Alliance. It's still low market cap, potential growth huge. We'll check that in a wee second, Jake. Thanks for that, Kig. SBTC, thought you were talking about the super Bitcoin. No. No, not talking about that, talking about Bitcoin. Alex Jug, morning all. Honest Crypto Journey, morning all. A bit late to the party. You've not missed much. You've not missed much. Dazza Booth, morning Steve, G Slick, Kyle, Andreas is in the house. Benjamin Casey, optimistic Steve. I am, or I wouldn't be here. I think we have to be optimistic. We have to look towards the future and think, okay, where's it going to be this time next year? Is it going to be down at $6,000? It ain't going to be down $6,000. Institutional investors are coming in all the time. There's more and more good news coming out all the time. The market is maturing all the time as well. It's getting rid of the shit stuff, shit coins and projects and stuff like that as well. It's starting to recognise, or retail investors are starting to recognise, okay, what are the good projects, what are the bad projects. We now know kind of the shit coins from the good projects as well. So we're maturing all the time, even in our trading, the way we're trading as well. So that's happening all the time. So crypto as a whole, or crypto trading and the crypto markets as a whole, are starting to mature as well. Gareth Passage, stay positive, it can't rain all the time. No, it can't. Definitely not. Crypto Dread, did you catch that Facebook or Twitter message I sent you? No, still haven't seen that. I still have not seen that, Crypto Dread. So did you write via Messenger? So write to me via Messenger if you're on Facebook, or just send me a message in the Telegram group. Pete Harding, buy the dips. Yeah, not necessarily actually. I wouldn't say kind of buy the dips. I know that's going to go against kind of what I usually say, but it's not necessarily the case. If you're buying the dips, it just depends on how low the market's going to go. If you buy the dip, if your dollar cost average in, that's cool. If your dollar cost is, so if you're putting in $500 a month and you're kind of buying a specific project and your dollar cost averaging in, that's a good thing. I think that's a cool thing. But I wouldn't trade kind of buying the dips. I'd still wait and see and just look at the actual charts, short-term charts. We're going to look at a couple of short-term charts just now as well from a kind of projects we've spoken about. BABB is one we've spoken about for a while. This is the kind of Bitcoin price. It's gone down to 10 Satoshi. Now it was up to kind of 14 Satoshi. So it's come down about 27% or something like that. So it's come down a wee bit. Well, 27%, but that's to be expected with the overall market. But you can see it's had a big run up from 8 Satoshi to 14. So it's no surprise it's kind of come down a wee bit. Taking a breather before going back up, before they get the licenses from Lithuania and the app kind of going to be coming out as well. So we've got a lot of things going on. BABB, still extremely bullish on BABB. We'll look at Digitex just now as well. What's happening to Digitex? That's obviously come down as well with the overall market as well. We're still loading slow. I think it's this tight. So we're at 1251 Satoshi. We have been as high as 1400. So it's not that big of a drop, to be honest. And if we're looking at this, we're still seeing, I'm just going to see the indicators. We're still seeing that the 7MA is way above. I think we've got it set at the 100 EMA here. It's not going to change that for some reason. Format. That's a 9. Okay. So we'll cancel that, delete that one, and we'll see what one that is. Format. Yeah, that's a 25. Look at the 100. I like to look at the 100 as well. It's kind of way above the 100, but the 25 is good for now, for short term. So yeah, looking at the charts, it could bounce from here. Again, I expect it to bounce, to be honest. And they're going to be announcing an exchange very soon and some bigger news. Adam's going to be coming out with that, the big news coming out soon as well. So I'm liking the look of kind of Digitex futures just now. What else? We'll look at XTRD, what's happened with that as well. Bitcoin price, we'll just look at. Just a bit slow again. Yeah, too slow. So this is from coinsignals.trade, but it's a bit slow. It's saying it's invalid symbol. Weird. I'll go to the Ethereum price, see if that loads up. Yeah, that's loading up now. So that's obviously down as well. But relatively stable, XTRD. I like XTRD for the long term. This is an investment for the long term. So just look at a few other ones. AdBank, we've mentioned that before. I like the look of AdBank. That's come down quite a bit as well after kind of shooting up. So it was up to 86 Satoshi or 87. It's come right down to 53 Satoshi. So around about a 38% retracement there. In line with the overall market as well, but that's kind of a big drop there as well. But I like the ad bank for the long term as well. Just going to look at another one. I've never really mentioned this before, but I'm still in it just now, Moincoin. And I've never really checked up on the project recently. So I need to kind of do some digging on that as well. That's kind of just stayed stable, so there's not much trading on Moincoin. Taking a Phil sent me this as well. Bob's Repair. I don't know if you've seen this as well. So Phil sent me this on Telegram. I've seen it before. I don't know who sent me it, but this might be a good one as well. Bob's Repair. I checked it out again the other day, but it's kind of gone up big time as well. 167 Satoshi. It's now up to 498, but it did get as high as 1,000 Satoshi as well. So that's another small cap. So I'm liking the small caps just now. I think small caps could be the saviours for our portfolio. So if you've got any small caps that you like or you think are hidden gems, let me know. We can check it out as well. So just go back. Somebody mentioned another one there. Check CPolo. So CPolo. Never heard of it? CPolo. There we go. CPLO, and down 20%. It's down to 4 Satoshi. Market cap is 1.5 million, which I like. I like these really small cap ones or the micro cap ones. Circulating supply is 6 billion. Their volume is not that high at 13,000. CPO is a decentralized fundraising and human resources solution platform where ICO developers will have to meet certain guidelines, undergo through a vetting process and meet their goals in order to get funding and keep the buyers safe. CPLO is an ERC20 which acts as the main currency on the CPLO platform. On the platform, ICO developers will have to meet certain guidelines. Yeah, okay, we've seen that. Okay, just have a quick look at CPLO. So this is about collaborating and just kind of checking out. It'd be good if we each checked out maybe two hidden gems, or 2 kind of small caps or micro caps, and just this is how we find the hidden gems. When we look at them, we go, oh, nobody's talking about this. The safest ICO platform as well. It's on Coinbase, Blue Trade, STEX. It's an open and crowdsourced project that utilises the power of blockchain technology and decentralization to promote faster, more secure and more efficient crowdsourcing services. Okay, look at the team. Project advisor John McAfee. That'll be a big attraction for a lot of people, or a big put off for a lot of people. Need to get more women in cryptocurrency in these teams as well. I notice there's not a lot of, every time you go to the kind of teams, it's always kind of guys. Not that that's a kind of bad thing, but I think women are smarter, so we need to get more women into crypto as well. That was that one. Check CPO. Morning all, bit late to the party, seen that. Julian Kumans, Bitcoin goes down, Digitex stays stable. I think if Bitcoin goes to 7,000, Digitex will moon hard. I think it is going to anyway, very soon, within the next couple of weeks. And then we'll see what happens after that. I've spoken to Lee Main as well. I'm going to get access to the exchange as well, so that's going to be good. Looking forward to that, to see how the exchange operates. So put a few thousand Digitex tokens in and trade with that and see what happens with that. I might do a video on it. I spoke to Lee as well and he said absolutely we can do a video on it. So that'll be cool when I can do a video on that. So looking forward to that. Donny Don Matthew, crypto leaders like Vitalik, Roger Ver should grow up and stop embarrassing the space. Gosh, the debate between Roger and Charlie was so childish and immature. I don't even pay attention to that. Don't waste my energy on stuff like that. It's just, it is silly to be honest, but don't waste my energy on it. Just posted in your Telegram. My message is right after your post for this video. Perfect. Crypto Don Juan, nice small cap, BZNT. So look at Bezant as well. BZNT. Bitcoin price, and just while we're waiting for that to load, BZNT, we'll just look on Coin Paprika. Bezant team want to create a decentralized payment platform enabling the creation of robust applications, up 5%. It's up 79% on the month, 61% a week, 24 hours, 5% as well. What markets is it on? It's on Fat BTC, Buybox. It's some good exchanges, IDEX as well. So Fat BTC is a bigger one that's been mostly traded on. Market cap of 9.9 million, nearly 10 million there as well. Circulating supply 411 million. It doesn't tell us the total supply here on Coin Paprika. Events coming up. As past events, 31st is Bezant authentication, blockchain wallet, Gemini marketing platform, Bezant scan. So we've got a lot of things coming up in the next 6 months as well. Again, I've not heard of them, to be honest. CDG, empowered blockchain to large businesses, our ecosystem, borderless payment, innovative dApps, enterprise friendly. There's a team. So obviously we need to check these on LinkedIn as well. When we're doing we'll have to do our due diligence and kind of check on them as well. Okay, so we'll kind of put that, we've got it in a video now, so it's recorded, so that's cool. Check out Blockport. I have Blockport as well. I've had Blockport for a while. Oh, that's Block Mason. Blockport. So we'll just check on Coin Paprika. So that's, yeah, I noticed Blockport was kind of going up as well. It's doing well in Blockport at the moment. It kind of bottomed out around about 1100 Satoshi, and it's up to 1500, so it went up about 50%. So I think I've got about 11,000. It's not that much I've got about 11,000, so it's only $1,000 or something. But Blockport, we'll just see what the market capitalization is. And 5 million market capitalization, 52 million circulating supply. This is one of the reasons I kind of liked it as well, because it was a low circulating supply. 24-hour volume is 39,000, not that much, to be honest. On a month it's up 34% BTC value, Satoshi value. So it's not gone down in line with the overall market. It's not gone down that much. It's stayed relatively stable, which I'm quite happy about. So yeah, I've liked Blockport for a while now. If we just go to kind of the website, well, social cryptocurrency exchange, bridging the traditional world of finance and the new digital economy. Fiat gateway, buy and sell cryptocurrencies on the Blockport platform with Euro. Trade crypto, mobile and desktop. Manage your portfolio from your personal dashboard wherever you are. So I've been into Blockport for a while, to be honest. So just waiting on everything kicking off with them as well. I like Blockport. What was the other one we kind of looked at? Yeah, and that was the other one that I like the look of. EXRN, and this is a sidechain project, and I thought this was a good project when it first came out. And it's kind of near its all-time low of less than 1 Satoshi, so probably better going to the ETH value, Ethereum. That'll give us a better indication. Ethereum price, and we'll see what the market capitalization is as well, just while we're waiting on that. EXRN. So 2.7 million. Circulating supply is 92 billion there as well. Volume is very, very low at 4,900, as you can see. But it's not really gone, it's not really moved that much. Not really moved that much at all, to be honest. Obviously the trading volume is really low, but it could be one of those that just comes up and shoots up. We can see here it was really low before, and it's kind of shot up in price since then. So the overall, the high was 1/100th of a cent, or 1.4 of a cent. And it's down to 0.02 of a cent just now, if my maths is correct. So yeah, I like some of these. Global internet shutdown, 48 hours, real or fake news, please tell me. Global internet shutdown for 48 hours. No, that is fake. There's talk that if XRP starts moving through banks in volume, the price will be hard to be controlled. Suppressed thoughts. I think XRP is really going to, it's just going to explode again. It's not even started yet, to be honest. It went up 100% a couple of weeks ago or last week, but I don't think it's even started moving. We'll just see the BTC price for XRP. So we can see here it was down about 4,500 Satoshi, jumped all the way up to 11,000 Satoshi, came back down, currently at 6,700 Satoshi. XRP is going to explode. It is going to explode. I think there's a news story. Did I cover this? Yeah, Ripple. Ripple partner Santander goes live with Swift's global payments innovation. So Ripple's partner and leading commercial bank Santander has partnered with Swift to go live in 4 countries, namely Spain, the UK, Poland and Argentina. The banking giant will be using Swift's global payments innovation technology for cross-border payments. So the announcement read, with Swift GPI, Santander can now offer a rapid cross-border payment service with real-time payments tracking and transparency on bank fees and foreign exchange rates. There's just so much good news about Ripple. There's so much kind of partnerships. There's so much innovation with it. The fundamentals have changed fundamentally. Ripple is going to explode. It is absolutely going to explode. It has been as high as, we'll look at the Satoshi value, 23,000 Satoshi. It's going to way surpass that, I think. I'm not saying very soon, but it's just a ticking time bomb just now. Right, one wee sec. Right, look at that chart just now. I think I've got an important phone call. Can you bear with me 1 second? I know this is not professional, but I think it's important because I'm just calling back again. 1 sec. Right, sorry about that. I'm just waiting on some kind of phone calls coming in, just really important phone calls, so I do apologise. Nothing bad or anything. I know this is not professional, but that's what you get when we work from home and when it's live. There's talk, okay, back in the house. Morning, Steve. Smash the likes. Excellent. Gino Dow, VR. OceanX trading platform on VeChain blockchain have sold out in 50 minutes at ICO. Major hype with the project. I've never heard of that. OceanX as well. Agreed that ADA and Engine Coin is outsider for me as longs. There's a lot of kind of outside plays just now that are going to be really good, I think. Ugh, Christ, everybody's in the way today. That's my dog just lying under the table just now. Okay, so we'll look at some news. That's what we'll do. Grabbed a beer in the meantime, Gareth Passage. Right, we'll look at some news. What's happening? Crypto billionaires amongst China's wealthiest despite bear market. So there's no question that the entire cryptocurrency sector is in a bear market, with many cryptocurrencies losing over 50% of their value. However, this certainly hasn't prevented individuals from becoming very, very wealthy through cryptocurrency-related ventures. So notable figures. This is a Who Run report, is released annually, and 13 cryptocurrency-related businessmen have made the list, which includes individuals with at least a net worth of 2 billion yuan, or 289 million USD. The highest entry belongs to Mikri Zan Kutuan, the founder of Bitmain Technologies and the only cryptocurrency-related businessman to penetrate the list of 100 wealthiest people in China, with an estimated net worth of 29 billion yuan, which is about $3 billion US dollars. So it's talking about China, and they're still making a lot of money in cryptocurrency, despite kind of the everything the bans have put in place for China as well, and the crackdown they put in place. There's still a lot of money to be made in the cryptocurrency, and China is leading the way. America has to get its arse in gear, and so does the rest of the Western world. South Korea mulls over reversing ban on ICOs. So South Korean legislators are planning to chase the road to clear their stance on initial coin offerings in November this year, despite the government's on-again, off-again relationship with cryptocurrencies. A National Assembly committee has mooted to revamp the cryptocurrency policies in the country on October the 10th, 2018, which is passed already. So we'll need to see kind of what happens with that as well. So I think there is going to be more regulation. There's going to be more regulation on ICOs, etc. It's not going to be as what it was like before. The ICO kind of market is just going to change kind of completely because of the regulations, which it should. It should. And get rid of the likes of idiots like Michael Stellaire and kind of Titanium and people like that as well. Former Coinbase executive joins BABB amid crypto futures launch, massive anticipation. So for the first time in a blue moon, crypto startup Coinbase recently saw one of its executives exit company doors, so to speak, although some greeted this announcement with pessimism. Insiders claim that the executive in question is poised to continue his immersion in the cryptosphere. On October the 4th, as reported by News BTC, many investors were shocked when Bloomberg revealed that Adam White, Coinbase's fifth employee, had unexpectedly decided to close his tenure at the San Francisco-based startup, now valued at a staggering $8 billion. As alluded to in comments issued by company representatives, White's move to exit Coinbase was catalysed by personal intentions and didn't have anything to do with in-company conflicts. So they're talking about moving to BABB. Now, just a week after news broke, the block has exclusively reported that Adam White has already found at home at BABB, an up-and-coming crypto platform that has partnered with some of the world's leading corporations. So BABB remains the hottest crypto news of 2018. That's what we were talking about earlier on as well. So US-based BABB is a scalable crypto on-ramp for institutions, merchants and consumers that has been overtly endorsed by ICE, Microsoft, Starbucks, and a multitude of fintech-focused venture funds and groups. So this is another piece of news for BABB as well, but it lends more credence to BABB. It's not that it needed more credence anyway, but it lends more credence to that. And guys kind of leaving Coinbase to go to BABB. We spoke about Ripple here and the Swift announcement as well. Largest South Korean exchange launches crypto market indices. So the largest crypto exchange in South Korea by trading volume, BitHum, has launched two cryptocurrency market indices. We spoke about this, I think it was last week. One tracks all coins listed on the exchange, while the other tracks only altcoins. Meanwhile, Upbit, the country's largest crypto exchange by the number of coins listed, has two similar indices and sub-indices divided into three broad categories. So this is good as well. So indices, obviously, if we're talking about indices, just like the stock indices, you've got the Dow Jones, you've got the FTSE 100, and you've got all the kind of indices around the world as well. So it's just like that, but it's a crypto index as well, which is good. I think is good. Bitcoin volatility not because of whales, research firm concludes. So investors with exposure to Bitcoin market are well acquainted with the crazy volatility they must deal with on a daily basis. It's widely believed that the big whales investors who hold high amounts of cryptocurrencies are responsible for the wild swings in price. So research conducted by Chainalysis reveals that it's not the whales that cause volatility. Contrary to the notion, they help stabilise the price, says the firm. Chainalysis is a blockchain research firm focused on detecting, preventing and investigating cryptocurrency money laundering, fraud and compliance violations. So they're talking about the whales as well. I'm going to put this link for you as well in the comments. So as the above taxonomy reveals, the active traders represent only about 1/3 of the 32 wallets, and this is the only group involved in active trading, While the trading patterns of those wallets on the exchanges is not available, the transaction history extracted from the addresses reveals that they were buying more than selling during the dips in 2017 and 2018, leading to a net increase in their holdings. And contrary to the widely held notion, the whales helped Bitcoin stabilize and hold the price rather than bringing it down. So this is a kind of flip on what most people think, including myself, that whales are kind of causing the market to crash and they're manipulating the market. Still think that to a degree as well, but we have to look at the other side as well. We have to be open-minded and look at the other side of it. So I'll post a link to that as well. I'll just leave that for the moment. We're on 9:15 just now. What is Bitcoin's liquid sidechain and why does it matter? So on October the 10th, the Blockstream social media channels announced the successful launch of the Liquid network. In a nutshell, the project is a Bitcoin sidechain whose birth is due to collaboration between Blockstream and 23 of the biggest institutional players from the industry. At a quick glance, one can spot on the list of participating entities names like Bitfinex, BitMEX, blah blah blah. All these partners have picked carefully in order to create a geographically diverse network, which ensures a maximization of decentralization. So Liquid network isn't and will never be as decentralized and open as the Bitcoin protocol, but that's not the point. This is to make it more kind of liquid, and so it's faster as well. So this is a kind of side chain, so we can look at that. They've got an article here if you want to look at that in depth as well. So this could be a good thing for Bitcoin as well, and the whole cryptosphere as a whole. I think that's it for the news. I know it was a wee bit rushed there. Let's go up. I was doing school run. What did I miss? More LTC for me. Yeah, LTC is still low this morning. Chardan is in the house. Gino Dal sold my XRP, made good profit and bought Litecoin. TA on Litecoin market, then buy back in XRP. Litecoin. Ah, you mean light as in Litecoin, right? I thought this was a new token. You mean Litecoin as in, right, the Litecoin. Right, we'll just have a look at Litecoin just now. I'm a bit confused there. It's Friday morning. Right, so we'll just look at the kind of BTC price, actually. The USD price, LTC, USDT. So look at some of the majors. Where is it just now? $53 at the moment. Near an all-time low. Not an all-time low, but a yearly low. It's kind of trying to climb back up as well. It was trading within a channel, broke down from that channel when Bitcoin broke down as well, as has a lot of others. Where's Bitcoin just now? 6325 at the moment. Ethereum is up at 197 after going down as well. This is the stock market, 7,000 for FTSE, Dow Jones 25,000, S&P 2,700, and this is gold. Gold is coming back down again as well. We'll look on Binance, just have a look. Some of the bigger ones that are moving up. Loom has just kind of shot up, and this is on the daily chart. We'll look on the 4-hourly chart. So Loom has shot up and big time as well, so 23% it says there. BCPT, Block Mason Credit, XRP is going up as well. We can see there, probably going to cross back over the 70 EMA over the 25 EMA. Request Network has just shot up as well, not just over the past couple of days. RCN going up as well. Wings, recommended that the other day. That's going up. I don't know if we'd hit the stop loss before it went up. So there's a few going up. What's the kind of biggest losers? INS had kind of shot up and has come right back down, so that might bounce off the 25 EMA. Trig, obviously that's getting delisted from Binance as well, so that's why it's down so much, which is a shame. PivX down a lot as well, and that's obviously after a spike up. Same with Metal. Big spike up, big spike down. Pundex just staying around about the same. Good time to buy though. Okay, so that's a look at the overall markets on Binance, that is. So this is the Bitcoin price. So looking at that channel, getting back into that channel and breaking out from that channel as well. Why nobody talks about NEM? It's not really kind of on my radar. I know it's a good one. We'll just have a quick look at NEM and BTC. Where is it? It's kind of down. It's just kind of stabilized. So it's XEM. That's what I was looking for the ticker value. Yeah, it's down just now. It's not for trading. I don't know. It could jump back up here. Yeah, it might bounce from here, obviously, with the markets going up. But it's not really been on kind of my radar, to be honest. I've really looked in depth at it. New subscriber, great content, refreshing compared to some other biased historical fanboy sites. Thanks very much for that, STE25. Really appreciate that. Donny Don Matthew, anyone facing problems with the ADA Didus wallet? I'm having problems opening it. I don't know about that. Backed as a new exchange coming out, which is really kind of from the Intercontinental Exchange Group as well. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge for the crypto. I would just Google it. You'll find out all about it. It's going to be absolutely massive for the crypto space. Donny Don Matthew, I've got all that's talking to there. Gino Dow, I'm Australian. Excellent. Loaded up on VAT, Nano, OMG, Gareth Passage, CV, Card Vertical. Never checked that in a while actually. I'll just have a look at it on CV, Card Vertical. I'll look at the Bitcoin price. It's gone up. So it's doing well compared to the rest of the market. And Card Vertical is doing well. It's doing really well actually. So market cap of 6.5 million. And it's up 19%. Just now, 24 hours in the last 19%, a week 37%, a month 96%. So it's doing actually really well. But has been as high as 183 Satoshi. And as we've seen there, it is 16 Satoshi, so about 90% down from where it was. We'll just look on the daily chart. So it's just starting to rise just now, which is good. We'll look at the crossover there as well at 10 Satoshi. So Card Vertical might be a good one as well, if you want to look into that. Gareth Passage, enjoy your weekend, Steve, and everyone else. Yes, you as well. Logos Coin, did you look? Did I look? Did I look? No. I saved it, that's what I've done. I saved it, so I didn't actually look at it. I'll just have a very quick look just now and just have a look here. We had a look at this the last time as well, but in case of permanent transparent reporting transactions has a huge percentage of oh right, yeah, we did kind of see that. We'll just look at the charts. Got it just now. It's obviously not trading much. You can see by the candles there, it's not got high trading volume. So it was saved. I did save it, but I didn't look properly into it. Gene, like button crushed. Okay, I'm going to leave it there just now. It's 9:23 at the moment over here. I'll leave it there just now, but have a brilliant weekend, whatever you're doing. And until next time, namaste. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.